Yes, welcome to part two of our managing our mental illness. And we've looked at the part one up to the cue or the symptoms of depression, and we've looked at the causes of depression, and now we are looking at cure or managing depression. And where are we? We got to meditation. That is, when you meditate, we've looked at meditation. We are now looking at gratitude journal. Yes, gratitude journal. That is, when you write things down, you'll be able to look at the things you are grateful about. You wake up this morning, throughout the day, you say, I'm grateful for this, I'm grateful for that. You write things down. When you write them down, it helps to change our perspective of life. Before maybe you are thinking, oh, you've not done well, this is not going on. But by the time you write things down, it helps to change those negative emotion, those negative feelings that affect our behavior, that causes depression in us. You write them down. Research says for every negative thought, we need three positive thoughts. So if you write down 10 or you write down enough things that you are grateful about. So when one thought comes in that are negative, you have three to counteract them. You know, Another thing is when you read about cognitive journaling, which I Google into it, I thank God to Shu Jedion who mentioned about it. I look into it. It's writing down thoughts or feelings or behavior to identify pattern. When you write them down, it helps you, your feelings, your thoughts, and your behavior. If you write them down, it helps you to identify patterns, which helps to deal or to manage with those negativity. You see, when you write them down, it helps you. It helps us to actually deal with them. That is cognitive journaling. So, investigate our thoughts. That is to investigate, why am I feeling this way? What am I feeling at this moment? You investigate yourself. What am I feeling? What am I doing? And what am I thinking? And what am I going to do about those things? It's not enough for us to think about them. It's not enough for us to think about those feelings, about what we are doing or what we are thinking, but what am I going to do? And then you do them. It's questioning our own thoughts can actually open up a pathway to solution. I've mentioned it that the heart knows the heart knows its own joy and its own sadness, its bitterness. The heart knows its own bitterness. Its joy will no man meddle with. So when you question your thoughts, you find out that there will be actually a pathway to solution. Why am I thinking like this? Oh, when you say, okay, how am I going to pay this mortgage? Oh, why am I thinking of how I'm going to pay this mortgage? Oh, but I can even rent one of the rooms out. Look at where I am now. For example, where I'm doing this video, it's an empty room, and it's almost in London, which I can rent out for, let's say, 700, 800 pounds a month. You see, there will always be a solution. So if I say, oh, I don't have money, and there's no way I can meet up my bills, okay, this is a solution. You can say, oh, I can use my car for Uber, I can carry people privately, I can do this, I can do that. Solution will come. Depression is a disease of perspective. Depression, according to Shu Jedion, depression is a disease of perspective. It's how you perceive the situation, how you perceive your life. It twists it negatively. It twists it negatively the way we see the world. It twists negatively the way we see the world. You see the world, everybody is doing better than me. It's only me. Oh, my family are really suffering, are bad. All this, they twist it negatively. It magnify issues or problem. You know, so it magnify issues or problem. Oh, you've been given a sack letter from your place of work. Oh, and it will magnify it to the extent that, oh, I'm going to die. I can't meet up. I can't do this. It magnify the issues and the problem rather than giving you the solution. That is depression. But you have to capture them. It is not to ignore the issues or problem, but to put them in perspective. It's not that we are ignoring them or we are in denial. No, you put them in perspective. We are not magnifying them, but you say, yeah, this thing is there, but this is it. To not affect me. Yes, I've lost my job. What is the solution? That is not the end of the world. You've done this, even when you are guilty, even when you have committed an offense, you don't overwhelm yourself. Oh, this thing. No, that's not the end of the world. You see, sorry to say that I'm even going low that, okay, if they say, oh, they jail 5 years, that's not the end of the world. You see, it's for us to capture the thoughts before they capture us and control our emotion fully. It's not that they will not want to affect our emotion, but we capture it at the early stage. It's to capture our thoughts. Before that, our thoughts capture us. Break the momentum of negative thoughts. We need to break the momentum of negative thought. That negative thought will be building up. It's just like a virus, just like bacteria. They multiply. No, you break the cycle of multiplication. You know, and then you deal with that negative thought. Consistent practice of prayer and meditation and gratitude will really help. I cannot overemphasize the gratitude and meditation. Often at times we look down ourselves and say, I am nothing, I am nothing. Whereas what we've got, people are even envy of us. What we got, people are even envy of us. So don't look down so much on yourself. Think about what you can achieve. Think about, be grateful for what you have achieved. Be proud of yourself. The agama lizard that fell from the roko tree, that fell from the top of the tree, he nod his head. You know what that means? I will praise myself if nobody praise me. Praise yourself. And you can only praise yourself if you have a journal, gratitude journal. Write things you've achieved. Write it down. There's a lot of things you can be grateful. Meditate. Well, for us who are religious, we meditate upon the Bible, upon the Word of God. We meditate upon what God has done for you. If you are not, the society is talking about meditation, yoga, and all these things. They are all abstract traveling. They are all meditation. But for you, you look at it, how you fit into your values, into your moral values, into your religious values. Meditate on it and pray. Pray. What do you mean? Say things out. Say, look, I want this to change. I want God to do. That is it. In You might know all these things. A lot of us, we know it, especially some of us who are religion inclined. Will go, they say, count your blessing, name them one by one. And it will surprise you. You might know all these things, but do we do them? Do we do them, or we are depressed? They say, if you know these things, in John chapter 13, verse 17, if you know these things, happy are ye if you do them. It's not enough for us to have the head knowledge, but happy are ye if you do them. If you are happy, you are not going on like ostrich. Nobody know what I'm going through. No. What are you going through? You have a bad husband. Is that the end of the world? Your children are not there. They love you. You have a bad wife. Is that the end of the world? Your children are there. They love you. You see, your husband might be even bad to you, but your children is not bad to your children. Have something to be grateful. Have something to be grateful. And that is how we can come out of depression. Journal is a very powerful tool in mental health. It helps to process our emotion. Emotion needs to be demotion. Depression is a congealed sadness. Depression is a congealed sadness, just like milk. When you say that milk is congealed, it's not flowing, and you've not preserved it, it congealed. The same way, sadness that is congealed in our body, it leads to depression. So we allow our emotion to run. You let it flow out. You don't make our body, our mood, our feeling, doesn't make our body a reservoir where they will dwell and say, yes, sadness dwell there. No, have a walk around. People have seen that if you have a walk, it helps you to all these negative thoughts. And also you need to read. Read books like Barbara Fredrickson, who talk about positivity. Google it. Barbara Fredrickson talks about positivity. Martin Seligman talk about positive psychology. These are people who have written books on psychology. Go and read about it. And Jude Gideon, Google it of his own personal experience. He mentioned that he tracks happiness. He write down feelings whenever he thinks, whenever he's conscious, whenever it's available, he write them down. And then how he feels, he write down, he tracks his own happiness. Write things down at every opportunity. Read and listening your way out of depression. If you cannot read, if you are the type, maybe you cannot read for one reason or the other, you are not the type that love reading, you can listen. If you love listening, listen to podcasts. Stephen Bartlett has a podcast on YouTube on happiness. Stephen Bartlett has a podcast on YouTube. Or you can even put happiness, how to be happy, happiness. Put it on YouTube and you come out with maybe 16 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, half an hour, 1 hour. Listen to them and you find out that you will come out of, or you will manage depression. If you do all these things consistently, I'm telling you, you don't have anything to be depressed. Also, you need to travel. You need to know yourself. You see, often at times we listen to people. Of course, if you are financial able, travel within your means. Don't use your credit card to go into debt again. That's another area whereby you now be circling depression. No, travel within your means. At this age, maybe you are 60, you say, oh, I'm saving money, I want to have £100,000 in my account. What are you saving the money for? You've trained your children. Why? You are still depressing, all these things. No, enjoy, travel to other places. Do things that makes you happy. Just look at things that makes you happy. Fellowship with people. I have my own list of things that I do. That might be not yours. You might not be doing that. Like for me, for example, I love to watch football. And it's not that my heart is on it, either Arsenal lose or not. No, I love to watch football. You see, I love to travel, especially back to Nigeria, to see my roots. That makes me happy. I mean, as much, if I buy my ticket at a good time, I will spend huge amount of money on it, and I live within my means. I've got a place to stay over there. I don't have to pay rent. So that is it. And you need to find out what makes you happy. Depression should not be found among us. And as men that are going through depression, I wish you a quick recovery. There's hope for you. You are not worthless. You are doing well. You are doing well. You've done well. And people are expecting you to use your own life experience, like Jude Gideon will use his own life experience since 2016. He has not experienced depression, and now he's going about meeting people, doing well as a journalist. He's a trained lawyer, and he's doing well. There's nothing wrong if you retrain to do something else. If your job is causing you, there's nothing wrong if do what makes you happy. I will share this experience with you. When I newly qualified, when I had my own depression, I newly qualified and I was working as a children's social worker and I was depressed. But you know what I did? I resigned and I started doing support work. Could you imagine if somebody is earning £32 an hour and then suddenly I started doing my support work? I was earning £7.50 an hour. And I was happy with my £7.50 an hour job. And then until I built myself, maybe for about 2 years I was doing it. And then a lot of people are saying, you qualify, you qualify. I don't need to listen to them. I know myself and I need to come out of depression. And when I came out, I was able to start building up my social work skill. And today, by the grace of God, I'm working with adults with learning disability and mental health. So you can retrain, you can do simple things that makes you happy. I hope this little video have really make an impact in you. Contribute to it, build on this information and put it on the social media, on the media for other people to profit from it. Happy are ye if you know these things and do them. Prayer, meditation, and gratitude helps to cure depression.